And we are back at 7:35 a.m. And it is a Thursday, 7:35, and that can only mean one thing, that the Car Pro is on line one. Good morning, Jerry Reynolds.
Good morning, fellas. How's everybody?
Man, you sure sound chipper this morning.
Well, it's not raining, so I'm pretty happy.
And I don't want to give anything away, but you sent a picture, and you were moving pretty fast.
Yeah, I was. This car is just a rocket, and we're talking about the 2019 Mercedes AMG S63. The S signification is that's their largest car, and this one is a convertible. So probably one of the more expensive Mercedes I've ever had. I had the wagon last week, and this car being a convertible, but it does have the same engine. So 603 horses, again, just a really fast car. But this car visibly is beautiful. It's hard to tell from those pictures. It's a matte white paint, meaning, it's no gloss. It's really pretty. I didn't like the sound of it at first, but that's a $3,950 charge to get this color paint. But it really works well with a blue top and a white interior when you see it all together. Beautiful car, runs and drives great. I mean, the exhaust is amazing. It's so fast from the takeoff, and I did find a place to open it up, not nearly all the way, but for people who really know cars, I had it at 112 miles an hour, and the amazing thing was it was only turning 3,800 RPM, and so that's what these higher speed transmissions are doing for us these days. So, redline on that car is 7,000, so it wasn't even breathing hard at 112. And it had a long way to go, and it got to 112 in a hurry. So it was fun. It's been a great week. Not the best week to have a convertible with the weather that we've had in Dallas-Fort Worth, but hopefully I'll get to pop that thing down this weekend and enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, and one other thing, just we haven't said it yet, but that is a hefty price tag on that thing.
Yes, it is. And when I shot video with it yesterday, I pointed out that it was $206,000, and that probably wasn't going to work for a whole lot of people. It's sort of like that wagon last week. This is not a mainstream car. It's not a car that the dealers stock a lot of. You won't find them sitting on dealers' lots generally, because whoever wants to spend that kind of money on a car, if they're able to do so, they're gonna get the car that they want, not what a dealer's ordered for their inventory. So I think most of these are sold, to people who place special orders, and you can do so many different things with these cars when you get them in that price range. The wood inside this one, there's about 5 different choices of the kind of wood that you can get on the interior, or you could go with carbon fiber if you wish. And it's a great car. It's fun to drive. Is it worth $200,000? No. Is any car worth $200,000? No. But for a week, it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're not having to pay for it, right?
Yeah, that makes it even better.
Yeah. So what else do you have going on over on Car Pro USA?
Wrote an article this week, car buying tips for recent college graduates. I think that's kind of one of the things that graduates aspire to, is getting that diploma and then going out there and getting that brand new car. And I think that a lot of times they get in a hurry, and I also think that they're vulnerable. And so I've written a complete article on that, on tips for them, what to do, what not to do, et cetera. And that's right at the top of the page at carprousa.com under news. And then we finally got the Jeep Ram Eco Diesel, which a lot of people in your area have been interested in. We got the final settlement on it. Judge has approved it. We know exactly what's going on with that. So people will start getting, that have those vehicles, will start getting checks here before long. We've got the details of the new 2020 Toyota Prius Prime, which is all redone for 2020, and the Prime is the biggest Prius that's out there, and it's been a really good seller. And then one other article that I wanted to call attention to, checking your teen driver's tires. Parents too often hand kids keys to the car and say, hey, let me know if something's wrong, but they don't do that preventative stuff that might be a lifesaver. And so what I encourage in this article is not only checking your teen driver's tire pressure and the tire wear, but also teaching them how to do it.
Yeah, I was going to... with this, I was going to say, I was watching That 70s Show, we're rewatching the whole thing. It's just hilarious. But when Red gave the keys to the Vista Cruiser over to his son, the first thing he said was check the tires. And every single time he went to drive, he wanted him to check the tires every single time he got in the vehicle.
Yeah, that's probably overkill.
Well, I know, but the point is that it's something we don't do anymore.
No, it's not. And, we don't teach kids how to check their own oil. I mean, we're really doing them a disservice because down the road they're going to have to be dependent on somebody else to do it because they don't know how, because we didn't teach them how. But tires are something I've been big on, tire safety, for years and years and years, and tire pressure, and especially in the summertime when people don't understand an underinflated tire, how much hotter that tire runs than one that's properly inflated. And that's something to teach our kids, and that's what this article is all about. And there's some other things there, but that's the main points.
Yeah. There was one other thing on this article, and it was just something that caught my eye on Car Pro USA, is this Durango Pursuit vehicle that's 797 horsepower. Are we going to see the police driving around with 797 horsepower?
I don't think so, but this particular vehicle was built for the One Lap of America race. They do this every year, and this is the race that took the place of the old Cannonball Run. So this group always does something crazy with a police vehicle. This has got the Hellcat Red Eye engine in it. I mean,
it had to cost a fortune, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. There's a lot of Hemis that are out there in police cars. But, they're running in the upper 400 horsepower range, which seems to be fine. This is kind of a fluke, but I couldn't resist putting it up there just because you wonder what if.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting vehicle, the way it's painted. It's got the lights on there. I mean,
yeah,
you don't want to see it in your rearview mirror.
Well, I can tell you, if I saw it in my rearview mirror and I had any thoughts of hitting the accelerator and running, that'd be over right then.
Yeah. All right, Jerry, thank you so much for coming on. I just want to remind everyone, carprousa.com is your website, and you can get everything we talked about, plus the car that you talked about will be up there Monday. It's up there every Monday. And also, you're on this radio station from 11 to 1 every Saturday.
I will be there this week, guys.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. You have a great day.
Hey.
You too. Take care.
Good to hear from you, Jerry.